Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc's Holiday Schlock, where it's a review of the movie The Number 23. Oh, Jim Carrey, what did you do, man? This one is about a guy who's an animal control officer named Walter Sparrow, who for his birthday is given a book called Green Eggs and Ham. No, it's the number 23, sorry. So, after reading it, he starts to kind of go into this weird obsession over the number 23. He starts getting paranoid and delusional and starts going all kinds of crazy, and he starts having dreams where he's killing his wife, whose name is Agatha. And he starts to sort of kind of realize that maybe this whole obsession with the number 23 is pretty much ruining his life, and, well, it is. And, he also starts becoming obsessed over a detective named Fingerling. That sounds even worse than I did when I made that reference about Phantasm, my top 10 worst haunted house movies. Well, Walter tries to warn his wife about the numbers will be coming after her. I know 7, 8, 9, but that's because 6 was afraid of 7. And he thinks that maybe it's just time to get out of there and go live at a hotel for a while and stick around there so that maybe he will not cause any harm to anybody. But his mind starts going a little bit more crazier, and he has sort of this flashback to a woman that he might have killed. But it turns out it was a guy named Topsy, who he's kind of that too, and yeah. Anyway, Walter decides that maybe the best thing to do is to kill himself and maybe just get rid of the whole thing and the number 23 be gone out of him and all this other stupid crap. But then he realizes that his son's going to watch him commit suicide before he gets hit by a bus. And he decides, no, I've got to do Ace Ventura 4. Well, also, and he decides that maybe he should just turn himself in, which he does in a voiceover, and he thinks that the judge is going to go easy on him, and the last thing we see is a funeral where a guy named Kyle is pretty much watching the whole thing, in which Kyle was the guy who went to jail in Walter Topsy's Fingerling's place. He was one accused of the murder of the woman who was killed by Walter Fingerling Topsy. Yeah. And everything seems to be okay, I guess. I don't know. The movie starred Jim Carrey, as you can see right there, and Virginia Madsen. So why did this movie suck? Okay, I am not the world's biggest fan of psychological movies. Psychological horror, psychological thriller, either way, I always find them to be kind of dull and boring, and I just really don't get into them. And when there was this great big whoop-de-doo about Jim Carrey doing something more surreal than any other dramatic film that he had been in, and it seemed like that he was going to be in a movie that was sort of a horror suspense version of Me, Myself, and Irene, I'm not really quite sure if all of us were ready for that, because, we love Jim being the goofy, nutty, crazy dude that he always is in a lot of movies, and yeah, he's gotten Academy Award nominations for, I don't know. I stopped watching the Oscars years ago, so I didn't even really care. But this movie right here, I just lost interest in it. And when he did the voiceover trying to sound dramatic, I still laughed. Because I kept thinking to myself, that's Ace Ventura, that's Stanley Ipkiss, that's Lloyd Christmas trying to be scary and suspenseful, and it just doesn't work for me. this movie was a real bag of boring. And it's definitely one of the worst movies Jim Carrey's ever done. And he's done some pretty bad ones, believe me. And one day soon, I'm going to review for you guys what I consider to be the ultimate worst Jim Carrey movie of all time. And I hope you guys will check it out when I do. But there you guys have it, a review of The Number 23. Sorry, Aqua Teen Hunger Force did it better with an episode called 100. Just saying. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that had a number in it, but maybe it was because it was a sequel, and it didn't make you feel paranoid, but it made you, after watching it, thinking, I never want to see another one like this again, no matter how many sequels they do, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.